In the tempest of human folly, where men rage like beasts in a cage, you stand alone, calm, unyielding, the architect of your own dominion. Why do empires crumble? Not from swords or sieges, but from the fevered hearts of rulers who let passion devour their judgment. You, however, will learn the art of stillness, the iron grip of composure that turns chaos into your servant. Listen closely, for I, drawing from the shadows of power's eternal game, reveal to you 12 lessons on the power of calmness. These are not platitudes for the weak. They are blades forged in the fires of history, strategy, and the raw truth of human nature. In a world where fortune spins like a treacherous wheel, calmness is your anchor, your weapon, your throne. It is the virtue that separates the prince from the pauper, the victor from the vanquished. You think calmness is mere absence of storm. No, it is the storm harnessed, directed, unleashed at your command. Through these lessons, you will confront the illusions of your own mind, the deceptions of others, and the brutal necessities of survival. Embrace them, or perish in the whirlwind of your unchecked desires. First lesson: master your emotions, or they will master you. Imagine yourself as a Florentine diplomat, thrust into the court of a tyrant like Cesare Borgia, where a single flare of anger could cost your head. You feel the bile rise as insults fly, but you swallow it, your face a mask of serene indifference. Why? Because emotions are chains forged by your enemies. They cloud your vision, turning allies into phantoms and opportunities into traps. Consider the ancient Romans. Scipio Africanus, facing Hannibal's hordes, did not scream defiance. He calculated in silence, his calm mind dissecting the battlefield like a surgeon's knife. You, too, must dissect your own soul. When betrayal strikes a lover's deceit, a colleague's sabotaged, do not erupt. Retreat inward. Let the fury simmer into fuel. Ask yourself, what does this rage serve? If it blinds you, discard it. Calmness here is not weakness. It is the predator's poise before the pounce. In my time, I watched hot-blooded nobles fall to cooler schemers. You will not join them. Train your mind like a fortress, impenetrable to passion's assaults. Each day, face a provocation and deny it power. Over time, you become untouchable, your enemies baffled by your stillness. This is power's foundation: control, the inner storm, and the outer world bends. Lesson 1. Master your emotions, or they will master you. Picture yourself in the viper's nest of a Renaissance court. Say, Florence in 1503, where a single misstep could mean exile or the blade. You stand before Cesare Borgia, a man whose smile masks a predator's hunger. He provokes you, an insult veiled as jest, a slight on your family's honor. Your blood boils, urging you to retort, to defend your pride with fiery words. But pause. That impulse is a chain, forged not by Borgia, but by your own untamed nature. To lash out is to hand him your head on a platter. Instead, you swallow the bile, your face a serene mask, your eyes betraying nothing. Why? Because emotions, unchecked, are the puppeteer's strings, and your enemies hold the cross. In this moment, calmness is not surrendered, is the predator's poise, the prelude to your triumph. Emotions are the silent assassins of power. They cloud your vision, turning allies into phantoms and opportunities into traps. Anger whispers of vengeance, but it blinds you to strategy. Fear promises safety, but it paralyzes your ambition. Even love, that sweet poison, can bind you to ruinous loyalties. Consider the fall of Mark Antony, a titan undone, not by Caesar's legions but by his passion for Cleopatra. His heart ruled his head, and Rome's empire slipped through his fingers. You face no less peril in your own Arenas boardrooms, bedrooms, or the battlegrounds of your mind. A colleague's betrayal, a lover's deceit, a rival's slander. These are your Borgias, testing your resolve. Will you erupt, as the weak do, and squander your power? Or will you master the storm within, turning it into fuel for your ascent? To master your emotions is to forge an inner fortress, impregnable to the assaults of passion. This is not the Stoic's denial of feeling, but the strategist's command of it. You must dissect your soul as a general surveys a battlefield. When anger surges, ask, what does this serve? If it blinds you, discard it. When fear grips, question, what is the worst outcome, and how can I turn it to my gain? Even joy, that fleeting intoxicant, must be tempered lest it lull you into complacency. Historical echoes abound. Scipio Africanus, facing Hannibal at Zama, did not roar defiance. he calculated in silence, his calm mind carving victory from chaos. In my own time, I watched hot-blooded nobles fall to cooler schemers in Florence's shadowed halls. You will not join their ranks. Your emotions are not your masters. They are your servants, to be disciplined or unleashed at your will. This mastery demands practice, a daily forging of the self. Begin with small provocations, a slight in conversation, a delay that frays your patience. Feel the emotion rise, then deny it power. Breathe deeply, count to 10, and let your mind reclaim the helm. Visualize the provocation as a chess move. What is your opponent's intent? How do you counter without revealing your hand? Over time, this becomes instinct. A modern example: imagine a rival at work undermining your project. Your instinct screams to confront, to expose their treachery. Resist. Instead, observe their motives, gather evidence, and strike when their guard is down calmly, surgically. This is the art of turning passion into precision. Rhetorically, I ask, how many empires, personal or political, have crumbled because a man could not hold his tongue? Countless. Yours will not. Psychologically, emotions are the mind's ancient machinery, wired for survival in a primal world. They urge you to fight or flee, but in the modern jungle of power, these instincts betray you. The calm man sees what others miss: patterns in chaos, weaknesses in foes. Consider a negotiation. Your counterpart rages, their voice rising with each demand. Their emotion is your leverage. Stay serene, let their agitation expose their fears, their needs. You nod, you listen, and in your stillness, you dictate the terms. This is not passivity, but power disguised. In history, the Medici mastered this. Lorenzo the Magnificent faced conspiracies with a calm that disarmed plotters, lulling them into fatal errors. You must do the same. In your life, every outburst you suppress is a victory. Every passion redirected a step toward dominion. The moral tension here is stark. Is it dishonest to mask your feelings? Perhaps, but survival demands it. In a world of wolves, the man who wears his heart openly is devoured. The calm man is a wolf in sheep's clothing, his serenity a weapon. Philosophically, this aligns with the brutal truth of human nature. We are creatures of deception, driven by To deny this is to court ruin. You must embrace the necessity of control, not for morality's sake, but for power's darkly. I confess, I learned this in exile, my own passions curbed by necessity. Banished from Florence, I channeled fury into words, crafting the prince in the quiet of night. You, too, will channel your tempests into triumphs. Practice this discipline daily. Each morning, reflect on a recent emotional surge: anger, at a slight fear of failure. Write it down. What triggered it? How did you react? How could you have acted with calm? This journal becomes your battle map, charting your progress toward mastery. In moments of crisis, recall historical exemplars. Hannibal, crossing the Alps, faced mutiny and cold, yet his calm resolve held his army together. You face your own Alps deadlines, betrayals, losses. Emulate his poise. Contrast the impulsive, who shout and falter, with the calm, who calculate and conquer. The impulsive man is a slave to his heart. You are its sovereign. Strategically, emotional mastery extends beyond defense. It is offense. By controlling your passions, you manipulate others. When a rival rages, your calmness unnerves them, sowing doubt. When a friend despairs, your steadiness becomes their anchor, binding their loyalty. This is the prince's art, to wield calm as a sculptor wields a chisel, shaping men and events. Hypothetical: a family feud erupts, voices clash over inheritance. You, calm, mediate with measured words, positioning yourself as the arbiter, the indispensable one. Your serenity reshapes the board, turning conflict into your gain. Unapologetically, I say, the world rewards the calm, not the chaotic. History's victors: Caesar, Machiavelli, Elizabeth I knew this. They faced the same passions you do, yet they tamed them, building empires on the bedrock of composure. You are no different. Each emotion mastered is a brick in your fortress. Each impulse subdued a step toward power. Begin now. Face your next provocation with the serenity of a prince, and watch your enemies falter. For in the end, the man who masters his emotions masters the world. Second lesson: fortune favors the calm mind, not the frantic fool. Fortune, that capricious whore, delights in tormenting the rash. She twists events like a river in flood, drowning those who panic. But you, with calm resolve, dam the waters and redirect them. Recall the tale of Julius Caesar crossing the Rubicon amidst civil war's roar. He paused, reflected, then advanced with measured steps. No wild charge. His calmness tamed fortune's caprice. You face your own Rubicons daily, a crumbling business, a fractured alliance. Do you flail in desperation? No. You assess. What forces converge? Where lies the leverage? In The Prince, I taught that virtue or bold adaptability must wed fortune's whims. Calmness is that virtue's sharpest edge. It allows you to see patterns where others see pandemonium. Picture a merchant in Venice, his ships lost to pirates. The hothead weeps and accuses fate. You, calm, negotiate with rivals, turning loss into alliance. Rhetorically, I ask, how many dreams die in the heat of impulse? Countless. Yours will not. Cultivate this by daily meditation on contingencies. Envision disasters, plan responses in cool detachment. Fortune then becomes your mistress, not your master. She yields to the serene strategist, rewarding with spoils the frantic, never grasped. Lesson 2. Fortune favors the calm mind, not the frantic fool. Fortune is a capricious whore, delighting in the torment of men who chase her skirts with frantic hands. She twists events like a river in flood, drowning those who flail in panic. But you, with a calm mind, dam her waters and redirect her flow. This is the second lesson. Fortune favors the calm mind, not the frantic fool. To master her, you must wield serenity as a strategist wields a map, seeing paths where others see only chaos. In the crucible of life's uncertainties, markets crash, alliances fracture, or dreams teeter on collapse. The calm mind prevails, turning fortune's whims into your stepping stones. Picture yourself as a merchant in Venice, 1490, your ships lost to pirates, your wealth sinking into the Adriatic. The frantic man wails, cursing fate, alienating partners with his desperation. You, however, pause. Your heart races, but your mind is still. You assess, what remains? Who owes me favors? Can loss be spun into opportunity? With measured calm, you negotiate with rivals, turning their greed into alliances, securing new ventures from the ashes of ruin. This is no mere optimism, it's the alchemy of calmness, transmuting disaster into dominion. Historically, recall Julius Caesar at the Rubicon, 49 BC. Civil war loomed. His enemies amassed in Rome, yet he paused, reflected, then crossed with deliberate steps. No wild charge, no fevered gambler's calm mind tamed fortune's caprice, ushering him to empire. You face your own Rubicons daily, a failing business, a fractured relationship, a sudden betrayal. Will you thrash against fate like a drowning man, or will you, with icy resolve, chart the currents and emerge victorious? Fortune, as I wrote in The Prince, is a force half ruled by human virtue or bold adaptability, and half by her own caprice. Calmness is virtue's sharpest edge, allowing you to see patterns where others see pandemonium. The frantic fool reacts. You anticipate. Psychologically, panic is the mind's surrender to chaos, a primal reflex that blinds you to leverage. Consider a modern parallel. A stock market plunge. The masses sell in terror, locking in losses. You, calm, study trends, buy low, and profit when the storm passes. Why? Because calmness grants clarity, revealing opportunities hidden in the fog of fear. Rhetorically, I ask, how many dreams die in the heat of impulse? Countless. Yours will not. You will train your mind to pause, to dissect, to dominate fortune's whims. This mastery begins with preparation, not reaction. In my discourses on Livy, I praised Rome's consuls who planned for crises in peacetime, their calm foresight outwitting invaders. You must emulate this. Each day, meditate on contingencies. What if your career stalls? What if a rival undermines you? Envision disasters, not to dread them, but to forge responses in cool detachment. Picture a chessboard. Fortune moves her pieces erratically, but your calm strategy checkmates her. Historical echo. Hannibal, crossing the Alps in 218 BC, faced blizzards and mutiny. His serene planning scouting routes, rationing supplies turned a suicidal march into a legend that shook Rome. You, too, will turn your Alps into triumphs. Practice this by listing 3 potential crises in your life: financial, personal, professional, and drafting calm responses. What alliances can you secure? What resources remain? This exercise builds a mental fortress, unassailable by fortune's storms. Philosophically, fortune exploits human nature's weakness, our craving for control in an uncontrollable world. The frantic seek to force fate, but force breeds resistance. The calm man, like a river guiding its own flow, bends fortune subtly. Contrast the impulsive merchant, bankrupted by rash bets, with the serene one who waits, observes, and strikes when tides turn. In your life, this means delaying gratification, resisting the urge to act without thought. A lover spurns you, do not beg or rage. Analyze their motives, plan your next move. A deal collapses, do not despair. Seek the hidden advantage. Darkly truthful, fortune despises the weak-willed, rewarding those who meet her with cold calculation. You will be that strategist, turning her caprice into your crown. Strategically, calmness leverages others' chaos. When fortune strikes a market crash, a political upheaval, others panic, revealing weaknesses. You exploit this. In negotiations, let counterparts unravel. Their agitation hands you the upper hand. Historical example, Lorenzo de' Medici, facing Florence's 1478 Pazzi conspiracy, remained serene, rallying allies while plotters faltered in their own haste. You, in your modern conspiracies, workplace rivalries, family feuds, must do the same. Stay calm as others rage. Their errors become your opportunities. Practice this in small stakes. In a heated debate, maintain poise. Watch opponents overreach, then counter with precision. Over time, this builds a reputation. You are the unshakable one, the one fortune cannot break. Moral tension arises. Is it ruthless to profit from others' panic? Perhaps, but power demands it. In a world where fortune spares no one, neutrality is defeat. You must seize her gifts, even if they come at others' expense. Unapologetically, I say. The calm man is not cruel, but pragmatic. He does not create fortune's storms, he merely navigates them better. In my exile I learned this. Bitterly calm reflection turned banishment into the crucible of my writings. You, too, will turn setbacks into stepping stones. Each night, reflect, what did fortune throw at me today? How did I respond? Journal these moments, refining your calm like a blade. Over weeks, you'll see patterns fortune's tricks repeat, but you grow wiser. Tactically build this skill through exposure. Place yourself in minor chaos-crowded markets, tense meetings, and maintain composure. Feel your pulse, but let your face show nothing. This trains your mind to detach, to strategize under pressure. Hypothetical: a project fails, fingers point at you. The frantic defend or deflect. You, calm, acknowledge the loss, propose solutions, and emerge as the leader. This is fortune's test, and you pass by refusing to flinch. Contrast: the impulsive cursed fate, alienating allies. You, serene, bind them closer. Philosophical depth: fortune is not your enemy but your teacher, revealing your weaknesses. The calm mind learns, adapts, conquers. In the end, fortune bows to the calm, not because she loves them, but because they outwit her. History's victor Caesar, Medici, Elizabeth I, knew this, facing her tempests with steady hands. You are no less capable. Each crisis is a chance to prove it. Tomorrow, when fortune strikes a delay, a loss, a betrayal, pause, breathe, strategize, watch her yield. For in calmness, you become her master, not her pawn, and the world's spoils are yours. Third lesson: appear calm to conceal your true intentions. Appearance and reality are eternal foes in the theater of power. You must master the art of feigned tranquility, a veil over your scheming heart. Think of Lorenzo de' Medici, the magnificent, who smiled serenely at banquets while plotting the downfall of foes. His calm facade lulled them into complacency, only for the dagger to strike unseen. You, in your modern courts, boardrooms, or bedrooms, must do the same. When ambition burns within, let your exterior be ice. Why reveal your hand? The calm man is inscrutable, his motives a labyrinth. Contrast this with the blusterer, whose shouts betray every plot. You exploit that. In negotiations, maintain poise as others unravel. Their agitation hands you the advantage. Philosophically, human nature craves predictability. Deny it. Use calmness as camouflage. Smile at the betrayer, nod at the rival, all while your mind weaves traps. Historical echo: the Ottoman sultans, serene in their divans, orchestrated conquests that shocked Europe. You will shock your world similarly. Practice this deception. Face a mirror, rehearse calm amid inner turmoil. It becomes second nature, a tool for personal gain. Moral tension arises. Is this hypocrisy? Yes, but necessary. In a world of wolves, the calm sheep is devoured. The calm wolf reigns. Lesson 3. Appear calm to conceal your true intentions in the theater of power. Appearance and reality are eternal foes, locked in a dance where only the cunning prevail. You must master the art of feigned tranquility, a serene facade that cloaks your ambitions, your fears, your machinations. This is the third lesson. Appear calm to conceal your true intentions. When the world expects your heart to spill its secrets, let your exterior be ice unreadable, impenetrable. Your calmness is not mere restraint. It is a labyrinth, baffling foes and allies alike. Why reveal your hand when you can wield serenity as a weapon, lulling others into complacency while your mind weaves traps? In this, you become the master of deception, a prince in a world of pawns. Imagine yourself in the opulent halls of Florence, 1478, at a Medici banquet. Lorenzo, the Magnificent, smiles serenely, toasting rivals who plot his death. His calm disarms them. Their guard lowers, unaware of the daggers he prepares in the shadows. You, in your modern courts, boardrooms, social circles, or digital arenas must mirror this art. When ambition burns within, when betrayal stings or opportunity beckons, let your face betray nothing. Picture a colleague undermining your work, their words laced with venom. Your instinct urges retaliation, a sharp rebuke to reclaim honor. Resist, instead. Nod, smile, and let your calmness unnerve them. Why? Because the man who shouts his plans is a fool, his motives laid bare for all to exploit. You, serene, are a cipher, your true intentions a riddle no one solves until you strike. This art of concealment is rooted in human nature's craving for predictability. Men seek to read your soul, to anticipate your moves. Deny them. Your calm exterior is a mirror, reflecting their assumptions while hiding your truth. Contrast this with the blusterer, whose every shout telegraphs their next step. In negotiations, their agitation hands you leverage. In rivalries, their outbursts reveal weaknesses. You exploit this. Historically, the Ottoman sultans mastered this craft, their serene divans masking conquests that stunned Europe. Suleiman the Magnificent, with a tranquil gaze, orchestrated campaigns, while ambassadors saw only a placid ruler. You must shock your world similarly. When a rival provokes, let your calmness so doubt, are you weak or plotting? Let them wonder, and in their uncertainty, you gain the upper hand. Psychologically, calmness as a mask exploits the tension between perception and reality. Men judge based on what they see, not what is. Your serene facade projects control, strength, even indifference, forcing others to second-guess their moves. In a heated boardroom debate, while others raise voices, your steady tone commands attention. They assume you hold a stronger hand. Perhaps you do, perhaps you don't. The illusion suffices. Rhetorically, I ask, why fight openly when a calm glance disarms? This is power's sleight of hand, turning perception into dominance. Moral tension arises. Is this hypocrisy? Yes, but necessary. In a world of wolves, the open-hearted are devoured. The calm wolf, cloaked in sheep's clothing, reigns supreme. Master this. Practice deception as a discipline. Stand before a mirror. Rehearse serenity amid inner turmoil, fear, ambition. Let your face remain still, your eyes unreadable, your voice measured. This is not suppression but performance, a mask forged for survival. Historical echo. Queen Elizabeth I, facing a fractious court, wore calmness like armor, her placid demeanor taming nobles while she plotted their fates. You, too, must tame your circles. In a family dispute, when tempers flare, your tranquil words position you as the arbiter, the one who sees clearly. In a workplace rivalry, your poise contrasts with the foe's agitation, painting you as the leader, the one to trust. Over time, this mask becomes second nature, a tool for personal gain. Strategically, feigned calmness manipulates others' emotions. When a rival rages, your serenity provokes their overreach, exposing flaws. When an ally despairs, your calm reassures, binding their loyalty. Consider a modern scenario. A project deadline looms. Panic grips your team. You, unruffled, delegate with quiet confidence, turning chaos into order. Your calmness infects them, amplifying your influence. darkly truthful. Power often lies in what is not said, not shown. In my own time, I watched Florentine diplomats use serene facades to outwit rivals, their hidden schemes toppling foes who saw only smiles. You will topple yours similarly. Practice in low-stakes moments, in casual debates. Maintain poise as others falter, noting how your calm shifts the dynamic. Philosophically, this lesson confronts the duality of human existence. We are both actor and audience in life's drama. To appear calm while plotting is to embrace this duality, to wield it. The world is a stage, and your performance as the serene strategist shapes its plot. Contrast the fool, whose transparent emotions make him predictable, with the prince, whose calmness makes him a mystery. In The Prince, I wrote that men must be lions and foxes bold, yet cunning. Calmness is the fox's guile, hiding the lion's roar until the moment is ripe. Unapologetically I say, deception is not betrayal but necessity. In a world where trust is a luxury, your calm mask is your shield, your sword. Tactically, build this skill through deliberate exposure. Engage in tense situations, a heated argument, a high-stakes meeting, and focus on your outward calm. Slow your breathing, soften your tone, let your body language exude ease. Internally, you may rage or fear, but externally, you are stone. Hypothetical, a client accuses you of failure. The frantic defend or deflect. You, calm, acknowledge their concern, propose solutions, and leave them disarmed, even grateful. This is the art of turning perception into power. Journal these moments. What did your calmness achieve? How did others react? Over weeks, you'll see your influence grow, your enemies baffled, your allies drawn closer. The dark truth. Many profit from others' transparency. Be the one who profits from their blindness. In history, calm deceivers, Cardinal Richelieu, Talleyrand shaped nations by hiding their hands. You, in your smaller but no less vital arenas, will shape your destiny thus. Each day, ask, how can I use calmness to obscure my intent? When a rival probes, deflect with serene ambiguity. When an opportunity arises, conceal your hunger with indifference. This is not weakness but mastery. Turning the world's expectations into your weapon. In the end, to appear calm is to wield power's subtlest tool. The world sees what you permit it to see, and in your serenity, it sees strength, control, invincibility. Let others reveal their souls. You reveal only what serves your ends. Tomorrow, face a provocation, a slight, a challenge, and wear your calm like a crown. Watch as others falter, their plans unraveling in the face of your enigma. For in the art of concealment, you become not just a player in power's game, but its architect. Fourth lesson. In chaos, calmness is your deadliest weapon. When the world erupts, riots in the streets, markets in free fall, you do not join the frenzy. You wield calm like a sword, cutting through the noise. Envision the Battle of Agincourt. Henry V, outnumbered, did not panic. His steady voice rallied men, turning despair to victory. Chaos amplifies fear, but your calmness infects others with resolve. Psychologically, humans flock to the unflappable leader in storms. You become that beacon. In personal strife, a family feud, a career crisis, resist the urge to react. Pause, observe, who panics first? Exploit their weakness. I observed in Florence how Medici calm quelled uprisings that hot words ignited. You must do likewise. Rhetorical contrast. The turbulent soul scatters energy. The calm one focuses it like a lens burning wood. Build this by exposing yourself to minor chaos-crowded markets. Heated debates on maintaining composure. Over time, chaos becomes your ally, revealing opportunities hidden to the agitated. Dark truth. Many profit from others' panic. Be that profiteer, strategically serene. Asterisk. When the world erupts, riots in the streets, markets in freefall, alliances shattered and betrayal, you do not join the frenzy. You wield calmness like a sword, slicing through the noise to reveal the hidden levers of power. This is the fourth lesson. In chaos, calmness is your deadliest weapon. In the maelstrom of human panic, where fear and fury blind men to reason, your serenity is a force that disarms foes, rallies allies, and seizes opportunities others cannot see. Why flail in the storm when you can harness its winds? Your calm is not passivity but predation, the poised stance of a hunter amidst a stampede. Through this discipline, you turn chaos into your servant, exploiting its turbulence to forge your dominion. Picture yourself in a modern crisis. A corporate scandal erupts. Colleagues scramble to deflect blame, and the market punishes your firm's stock. The air crackles with accusations, emails flood with frantic demands, and panic threatens to drown reason. The weak join the clamor, shouting defenses or fleeing responsibility. You, however, stand apart. Your voice is steady, your gaze unyielding. You pause, assess, who falters first? What alliances can be forged in this turmoil? With serene precision, you propose a plan, your calm infecting others with resolve. Colleagues rally, rivals hesitate, and you emerge as the anchor in the storm. This is not mere restraint but strategy, your tranquility, a blade that cuts through chaos to claim victory. Historically, consider Henry V at Agincourt in 1415. Outnumbered by French forces, his army teetered on despair. Yet Henry's calm voice, steady amidst the mud and fear, rallied his men, turning a hopeless battle into a triumph that echoed through England's chronicles. You, in your Agincourt's professional crises, personal betrayals, must wield the same serene power. Psychologically, chaos amplifies human frailty. Fear narrows the mind, anger clouds judgment, and desperation breeds error. Your calmness, by contrast, expands your vision, revealing patterns where others see only pandemonium. In a family feud, as kin hurl accusations over inheritance, the frantic escalate, alienating all. You, serene, mediate with measured words, asking, what drives this anger? How can it be redirected? Your tranquility exposes their weaknesses, positioning you as the arbiter, perhaps securing more than your share. Rhetorically, I ask, why drown in chaos when your calm can ride its waves? Historical echo. In Florence's 1434 upheavals, Cosimo de' Medici faced exile and rebellion. His serene demeanor quelled riots. His calculated alliances turned chaos into Medici dominance. You, in your upheavals, market crashes, social conflicts will dominate similarly. Your calm, a beacon that others follow and foes fear. Strategically, calmness and chaos exploits the mistakes of the agitated. When men panic, they overreach, revealing vulnerabilities. You, serene, capitalize. In a workplace crisis, as colleagues scramble, your steady analysis, perhaps citing data or precedents, sets you apart as the leader. In a public dispute, when rivals rage, your tranquil response unnerves, their outbursts exposing flaws you exploit. Darkly truthful. Chaos is a marketplace where the calm profit from others' ruin. In my time, I saw Florentine merchants thrive amidst wars by maintaining serene focus, buying low while others sold in panic. You will thrive thus. When a project fails, resist the urge to join the blame game. Instead, calmly propose solutions, watch allies gravitate, and rivals falter. Practice this in daily chaos. Navigate a crowded market, a heated debate, and maintain poise. Journal the outcomes. How did your calm shift the dynamic? Over time, chaos becomes your ally, its turbulence a ladder to your ascent. Philosophically, chaos is not your enemy but your canvas. The world's disorder, greed, fear, betrayal is a constant, as eternal as the stars. Your calm is the brush, painting order from pandemonium. In The Prince, I taught that fortune favors the bold, but boldness without calm is folly. Your serenity is the fulcrum, balancing audacity with precision. Contrast the fool, whose panic mirrors the world's chaos, with you, whose calm defies it. In a modern scenario, imagine a stock market plunge. Others sell in terror, locking in losses. You, serene, study trends, buy low, and profit when the storm passes. This is not luck but mastery. Your tranquility the key to chaos's vault. Moral tension arises. Is it ruthless to profit from others' panic? Yes, but power demands it. In a world where chaos spares no one, your calm is a moral act, preserving your empire for those who depend on you. Tactically, build this skill through deliberate exposure. Immerse yourself in minor chaos, a tense meeting, a public argument, and focus on maintaining serenity. Slow your breath, steady your voice, let your posture exude ease. Use a mental checklist. What drives this chaos? Where lies the leverage? In a professional crisis, when colleagues panic, your calm questions what resources remain. Who can we enlist? Redirect their energy, cementing your leadership. Journal these moments. How did your poise turn chaos to gain? Historical example. Augustus, Rome's first emperor, faced civil war's chaos in 31 BC. His serene command at Actium, amidst naval pandemonium, secured an empire. You, in your battle's deadlines, rivalries will secure yours similarly. Each day, ask, how can my calm exploit this chaos? Test it in small stakes, a crowded commute, a family spat. Maintain poise, note how others respond to your stillness. Psychologically, calmness in chaos rewires the mind to see disorder as opportunity. When others flinch, you advance, your serenity a lens that reveals hidden paths. In a personal crisis of betrayal, a loss, resist the urge to react. Instead, dissect the turmoil. What motives drive this? What can I control? Your calm transforms pain into strategy, loss into leverage. In history, serene strategists Churchill in 1940, Lincoln amid civil war turned chaos into legacy. You will turn yours thus. Practice by visualizing chaotic scenarios, a project collapse, a public slight. Plan your serene response. What words will disarm? What silence will conquer? This builds a reflex of power. Your calm a fortress amidst the storm. In the end, calmness in chaos is your deadliest weapon, a blade that carves victory from pandemonium. The world's tempests are not your ruin but your forge, each gust shaping your dominion. Tomorrow, face chaos a delay, a conflict, and wield your serenity, like Henry V at Agen. Ask, how can my calm conquer this storm? Watch as men rally, foes falter, and opportunities emerge from the fray. For in chaos, the calm man is not merely a survivor but a predator. His tranquility, the sword that claims the spoils of a frenzied world. Fifth lesson. Learn from histories.com conquerors, for the past is your merciless teacher. History is a graveyard of the impulsive. Study it to rise above. Alexander the Great, often lauded for boldness, tempered it with calculated calm after battles. He reflected, not reveled. You ignore history at peril. Delve into annals. Hannibal's Alpine crossing, endured with stoic endurance, not rash haste. His calm planning outwitted Rome's legions. Apply this to your life. When ambition calls, consult precedents. A failed venture, recall past merchants who waited out storms. Philosophical depth, human nature repeats greed, fear, betrayal. Calmness lets you predict cycles. Contrast modern fools chasing trends with historical sages like Cato, whose serene defiance toppled tyrants. You will topple your obstacles thus. Make study ritual. Read of calm victors nightly. Question, how would I act? This forges intellectual armor, turning knowledge into power. Unapologetically, I say, the ignorant rage blindly. You, enlightened by calm reflection, strike true. History is no gentle chronicle. It is a graveyard strewn with the bones of the impulsive, a relentless judge that exposes the folly of those who ignore its lessons. You, aspiring prince of your own realm, must delve into its depths. For the past is your merciless teacher, revealing the patterns of power that repeat eternally. This is the fifth lesson. Learn from histories.com conquerors, for in their serene strategies lies the key to your ascent. Ignore history at your peril, and you join the ranks of the rash fools who rage blindly, their empire's dust. But you, with calm reflection, will extract the iron truths, turning the dead's mistakes into your living triumphs. Why squander your life repeating errors when the annals offer a map to dominion? Study them, dissect them, and wield them as weapons against the chaos of the present. Envision yourself in the shadow of antiquity, poring over scrolls as I once did in Florence's libraries, surrounded by the whispers of fallen titans. Alexander the Great, lauded for his thunderous conquests from Greece to India, is often painted as a whirlwind of boldness. Yet, scratch the myth, and you find a man tempered by calculated calm. After the blood-soaked fields of Gaugamela in 331 BC, where his phalanx shattered Persia's hordes, he did not revel in drunken excess or hasty pursuits. No, he paused, reflected in stoic silence, consulting oracles and generals to consolidate his gains. This calm interlude allowed him to integrate conquered lands, forging an empire that outlasted his life. You face no less a battlefield in your daily wars, a crumbling venture, a treacherous alliance, an ambition teetering on the edge. Do you charge ahead in fevered haste, as the impulsive do, only to stumble into traps? Or do you emulate Alexander, withdrawing to reflection, assessing the terrain of your soul and circumstances? Rhetorically, I ask, how many Alexanders have you been in your life, only to falter for lack of pause? Count them, and vow no more. Delve deeper into the annals, and Hannibal Barca emerges as a paragon of calm endurance. In 218 BC, he led his Carthaginian legions across the Alps, a suicidal gamble against Rome's might. Blizzards howled, mutinies brewed, supplies dwindled, yet Hannibal did not rage against the elements or his men's despair. With stoic resolve, he planned meticulously, scouting hidden passes, rationing elephants and men, turning peril into precision. His calm outwitted Rome's legions at Cannae, where 50,000 Romans fell in a day. Their panicked charges funneled into slaughter. This was no accident of fortune, but the fruit of serene strategy, born from studying past campaigns like those of his father. You, too, must apply this to your life. When ambition calls a bold career move, a risky investment, consult precedents. Recall the merchants of ancient Tyre who weathered sieges by calm preparation, not desperate sallies. A failed venture strikes. Do not curse the gods. Reflect on Hannibal's Alps, asking, what endurance did I lack? What overlooked path could I take? Philosophical depth here pierces the veil. Human nature is a ceaseless cycle. Greed swells like a tide. Fear freezes like winter. Betrayal lurks like a shadow. Calmness grants you foresight to predict these rhythms. Turning history's wheel to your advantage, contrast the modern fools who chase fleeting trends with the historical sages who wielded calm defiance as a scepter. Cato the Younger, in the dying days of the Roman Republic, faced Julius Caesar's inexorable rise. While others schemed in frantic whispers or fled in panic, Cato remained serenely defiant. His unyielding poise, a beacon that toppled tyrants in spirit, if not in flesh. His calm reflections in the Senate halls exposed Caesar's ambitions, rallying the virtuous against corruption. You will topple your obstacles thus in boardrooms, rife with intrigue, in personal battles against deceitful kin. The trend chasers, those digital gamblers betting on viral fads or market bubbles, mirror the impulsive plebeians who toppled Rome's early kings in rash uprisings. They rage with the crowd, blind to history's warnings, and perish in the backlash. You, enlightened by the past, stand apart, darkly truthful. Ignorance is not bliss but bondage. The unstudied man repeats history's tragedies, while you, the calm scholar, scripts its comedies at others' expense. To forge this intellectual armor, make study a ritual, as relentless as a siege. Each night, immerse yourself in the lives of calm victors. Read of Scipio Africanus, who mirrored Hannibal's tactics with serene adaptation at Zama, or of Pericles, whose calm oratory steered Athens through plague and war. Question relentlessly, how would I act in their stead? What calm choice turned their peril to power? This is not idle scholarship but strategic preparation, transforming knowledge into a blade. In my discourses on Livy, I dissected Rome's rise and fall, urging princes to emulate the Republic's balanced calm over monarchy's impulsive grandeur. You must do likewise. Begin with a simple regimen, dedicate an hour daily to historical texts or biographies. Note the moments of crisis where calmness prevailed. Philip II of Macedon's patient diplomacy before conquest, or Queen Victoria's stoic restraint amid empire's strains. Apply it immediately, facing a professional setback. Recall Fabius Maximus, the delayer, who starved Hannibal's army through calm attrition rather than rash battle. Adopt his patience. Watch your rival exhaust themselves while you consolidate. Psychologically, history's lessons exploit the mind's inertia or tendency to forget the past in passion's heat. Calm study breaks this chain, imprinting patterns on your soul. When greed tempts you to overextend, recall the South Sea bubble of 1720, where frantic speculators ruined fortunes. Contrast it with the calm investors who waited out the crash. Moral tension arises. Is it cynical to mine history for self-gain, ignoring its ethical pleas? Perhaps, but power scorns sentiment. Unapologetically, I declare, the past judges the unprepared harshly. You, by learning from it, judge others mercifully or not at all. In exile, I pored over chronicles, channeling bitterness into insight. You, in your quieter exile's job losses, heartbreaks will do the same, emerging wiser, stronger. Strategically, this knowledge becomes leverage in the present. In negotiations, invoke historical precedents calmly. As Hannibal crossed the Alps with measured steps, so must we proceed here. This unnerves opponents, positioning you as the sage, the one who sees beyond the immediate fray. Hypothetical, a partnership sours, accusations fly, the impulsive threaten lawsuits. You, drawing from Cato's defiance, respond with serene resolve. citing past alliances that endured through patience. Your calm reference to history diffuses tension, binding the other to your terms. Practice this by debating current events through historical lenses. Is this economic downturn like the Panic of 1873? How did calm bankers survive? Over time, your mind becomes a repository of calm conquests, ready to deploy. Tactically, curate your library of victors. Start with Plutarch's Lives, comparing serene leaders like Lycurgus to the rash like Alcibiades. Journal insights. What calm trait aided their rise? How can I embody it? Expose yourself to history's chaos. Read of the Peloponnesian War's turning points, where Pericles' calm strategy outlasted Spartan fury. In moments of personal turmoil, retreat to these tales. Let their calm infuse yours. Contrast the ignorant, who stumble into cycles of greed and betrayal, with you, the enlightened reflector, who anticipates and averts them. In the end, history's calm conquerors whisper a piercing truth. The past is not dead. It is the blueprint of your power. Ignore it, and you are but a fool in fortune's game. Embrace it, and you rise above. Your calm reflection, a crown forged from the ages. Tomorrow, open a book of ancients, absorb their serenity, and apply it to your fray. For in learning from the merciless teacher, you become the unteachable master of your fate. Sixth lesson. Avoid rash decisions. Calculate coldly in the crucible of choice. Rashness is the prince's poison, seeping from unchecked impulse. You must forge decisions in calms. Forge, hammering out flaws. Hypothetical. A rival slanders you publicly. Do you retort in fury? No retreat. Analyze motives. Counter with precision. In discourses on Livy, I praised Roman consuls who deliberated serenely amid invasion. You emulate them. Psychological insight. The mind heated, distorts reality like warped glass. Cool it, and clarity emerges. Contrast. Impulsive wars bankrupt states. Calm treaties build empire. In your realm, investments, relationships, delay gratification. Ask, what hidden costs, what gains? Train by journaling decisions, reviewing in hindsight. Darkly truthful. Many lives shatter on impulses. Rocks. Yours sails calm seas, navigating to triumph. Asterisk. Lesson 6. Avoid rash decisions. Calculate coldly in the crucible of choice. Rashness is the poison that fells princes, seeping from the unchecked impulses of a mind aflame. In the arena of power, whether a Florentine council chamber or your own modern battlegrounds, a single hasty choice can unravel years of cunning. This is the sixth lesson. Avoid rash decisions. Calculate coldly in the crucible of choice. You must forge your decisions in the calm forge of reason, hammering out flaws until they gleam with strategic precision. To act in haste is to invite ruin. To pause, to weigh, to strike with icy deliberation is to claim dominion. Your calmness here is not hesitation but a weapon, carving paths through the chaos of uncertainty. Why rush to judgment when patience sharpens your blade? Picture yourself in a high-stakes moment. A rival slanders you publicly. Their words a venomous dart aimed at your reputation. Your blood surges, urging a fiery retort to reclaim honor. The crowd watches, waiting for your outburst. But you pause. Your face is stone, your voice silent. You retreat inward, asking, what is their intent? What do I gain by reacting? What do I lose? This moment of calm dissection reveals their weakness, perhaps insecurity, perhaps a bid for attention. Instead of a shouted defense, you craft a measured response, exposing their lies with facts, delivered with serene authority. The crowd, expecting rage, is swayed by your poise. This is not weakness but mastery, turning a trap into a triumph. Historically, consider the Roman consul Fabius Maximus, dubbed a delayer during the Second Punic War. Facing Hannibal's relentless advance in 217 BC, Rome clamored for battle. Fabius refused, calmly choosing attrition over reckless assault. His calculated patience starved Hannibal's army, preserving Rome's future. You, in your own war's career setbacks, personal betrayals must emulate this. When pressure mounts, resist the siren call of haste. Forge your choice in calm's crucible. Psychologically, rashness is the mind's surrender to emotions. Tyranny. Anger distorts reality like warped glass. Fear narrows vision to a pinhole. Greed blinds you to hidden costs. Calmness restores clarity, allowing you to see the board, entire pawns, knights, and kings. In discourses on Livy, I praised Rome's consuls who deliberated serenely amid invasion. their calm counsels outwitting enemies. You must do likewise. In a modern scenario, imagine a business deal teetering on collapse. Your partners panic, urging a quick fix that risks long-term loss. The rash sign the contract. You, calm, dissect its terms, uncover flaws, and propose a counteroffer that secures your gain. Rhetorically, I ask, how many empires, personal or political, have shattered on the rocks of haste? Countless. Yours will sail calm seas, navigating to triumph. This discipline demands practice, a daily tempering of the will. Begin with small choices. A heated email, a tempting but risky purchase. Feel the urge to act, then deny it. Pause for 10 breaths. Ask, what are the stakes? What are the costs? What is the endgame? Write these questions in a journal, tracking your decisions and their outcomes. Over time, this builds a reflex of calm calculation. Historical echo. Pericles of Athens, facing Sparta's provocations in 431 BC, resisted calls for immediate war. His calm deliberations secured alliances and resources, prolonging Athens' resilience in the Peloponnesian War. You face your own Sparta's deadlines, rivalries, temptations. Emulate Pericles. List the forces at play. Weigh their impact. Choose with precision. Darkly truthful. The impulsive man is a slave to the moment. You, the calm strategist, rule the future. Strategically, calm decision-making exploits others' haste. When opponents rush, they err, revealing weaknesses. You, serene, capitalize. In a negotiation, let counterparts haste their terms. Your pause exposes their desperation, tilting the balance. Picture a family dispute over inheritance, voices rising in greed. The rash demand their share, alienating kin. You, calm, mediate with measured words, positioning yourself as the trusted arbiter, perhaps securing more than your due. This is power's arithmetic. Subtract haste, multiply clarity. In my time, I saw Florentine merchants bankrupt themselves chasing quick profits, while the calm Lorenzo de' Medici among them built dynasties through patient deals. You'll build your dynasty thus, whether in wealth, influence, or legacy. Philosophically, this lesson confronts the human illusion of control. We crave swift action to quell uncertainty, but haste often deepens chaos. Calmness embraces uncertainty as a forge, shaping raw choice into refined strategy. Contrast the bankrupt gambler, betting all on a single throw, with the serene investor who studies markets, waits for the dip, and profits. Moral tension arises. Is cold calculation heartless? Perhaps, but survival demands it. In a world where rashness breeds ruin, your calm is a moral act, preserving your empire for those who depend on you. Unapologetically, I confess, in exile, I learned this bitterly. My rash hopes for Florence's restoration cooled into calculated writings that outlived my foes. You, in your setbacks, will turn haste into heritage. Tactically, train this skill through deliberate exposure. Face decisions under pressure at tight deadline, a public challenge, and force yourself to pause. Use a mental checklist. What is the immediate gain? What is the hidden cost? Who benefits from my haste? In a workplace crisis, when colleagues clamor for quick fixes, your calm analysis, perhaps citing data or precedents, sets you apart as the leader. Journal these moments. What did your pause reveal? How did it shift the outcome? Over weeks, your mind becomes a crucible, refining choices with surgical precision. Historical example, Queen Elizabeth I, facing the Spanish Armada in 1588, resisted panicked calls for premature attack. Her calm counsels, weighing winds and tides, led to England's victory. You, facing your armadas, will triumph similarly. Psychologically, calm decision-making rewires the mind to prioritize long-term gain over short-term relief. When greed tempts a risky investment, recall the South Sea bubble of 1720, where rash speculators lost fortunes while the calm waited out the crash. In personal life, when a lover's slight stings, resist the urge to confront. Reflect on their motives. Choose whether to engage or withdraw. This is not passivity but power, turning the crucible of choice into a throne. Contrast the impulsive, who act and regret, with you, who deliberate and dominate. In the end, to avoid rash decisions is to wield time as a weapon. The world rushes to its ruin. You, with cold calculation, carve your path to power. Tomorrow, face a choice small or grave on pause. Ask, what would Fabius do? What would Pericles weigh? Let their calm guide you. For, in the crucible of choice, the calm man forges not just decisions but destinies, turning fleeting moments into eternal empires. 7th lesson. Use calmness to manipulate the passions of others. Calmness is not isolation. It is leverage over men's turbulent souls. You, serene, become the puppeteer. Story. In Milan, Sforza dukes calmed crowds with measured speeches, then incited them against enemies. Exploit this. When others rage, your poise draws confessions, alliances. Rhetorically, why fight when calm words disarm? Moral tension, manipulation, immoral. In power's game, survival demands it. Historical. Queen Elizabeth I's calm demeanor tamed fractious courts. You tame your circle similarly. Practice in arguments, stay calm. Watch opponents unravel, yielding ground. This is strategic mastery. Calmness as mind control. Asterisk. Lesson 7. Use calmness to manipulate the passions of others. Calmness is not a solitary virtue. It is a lever to move the hearts and minds of men. In the arena of power, where passions flare like wildfires, your serenity becomes a puppeteer's strings, pulling others to your ends. This is the 7th lesson. Use calmness to manipulate the passions of others. You, the serene strategist, do not merely withstand the storms of human emotion, you harness them, turning rage, fear, and desperation into your instruments. Why clash swords when a tranquil word disarms? Your calmness is a mirror, reflecting others' turmoil while concealing your intent, allowing you to shape their actions as a sculptor shapes clay. In this, you become not just a player in power's game, but its unseen director. Picture yourself in a Milanese court, 1499, amidst the Sforza Duke's intrigues. A riot brews in the streets, the crowd's fury threatening chaos. The Duke, Ludovico Sforza, steps forward, not with threats but with a measured speech, his calm voice cutting through the mob's roar. His serenity soothes their rage, then subtly incites it against his rivals, turning a potential uprising into a weapon. You face such crowds daily, not in plazas, but in boardrooms, family gatherings, or digital forums. A colleague's outburst disrupts a meeting, a friend's panic poisons a plan. Do you join their frenzy, escalating the chaos? No. You, with icy poise, wield calmness to redirect their passions. In a heated argument, your steady tone draws confessions. In a crisis, your composure binds allies. This is not passivity but power, manipulating the turbulent to serve your ends. Psychologically, humans are drawn to the calm amidst chaos, as moths to a flame. When passions rage, they seek the unflappable, mistaking serenity for omnipotence. You exploit this. In a workplace dispute, as tempers flare, your tranquil questions probing motives, offering solutions position you as the arbiter, the one who sees clearly. Others, caught in emotion's grip, yield ground, their secrets spilling in their agitation. Historically, Queen Elizabeth I mastered this art, facing a fractious court in 1588. As the Spanish Armada loomed, she quelled noble panic with serene resolve, her calm speeches binding loyalty while sowing fear in enemies. You must do likewise. In a family feud, when voices clash, your steady mediation turns conflict into your influence. Rhetorically, I ask, why fight when calm words disarm? This is the strategist's alchemy, turning others' passions into your gold. The moral tension here is sharp. Is it ethical to manipulate others' emotions? Perhaps not, but power scorns sentiment. In a world where men's passions drive betrayal, greed, and ruin, your calm manipulation is a shield, a sword, a necessity. Unapologetically I say, the prince does not create others' weaknesses, he merely uses them. In my Florence, I saw Medici agents calm rival factions with soothing promises, only to steer their anger toward mutual destruction. You will steer your rivals similarly. Consider a modern scenario. A competitor attacks your reputation online, their posts dripping with venom, the impulsive counter with vitriol, escalating a war they cannot win. You, calm, respond with measured facts, your serenity exposing their desperation. Followers sway to you, drawn by your poise, while your rival's passion becomes their prison. To master this, practice calmness as performance. In tense moments, a heated debate, a crisis meeting, slow your breath, soften your voice, let your body exude ease. Internally, you may strategize fiercely, but externally, you are a lake, still and deep. This contrast unnerves others, prompting them to overreach or confide. Historical echo: Cardinal Richelieu, in 17th century France, used serene diplomacy to manipulate warring nobles. His calm facade, hiding schemes that shaped a nation. You, in your smaller courts, must do the same. In a negotiation, let counterparts rage. Your tranquility prompts rash concessions, tilting the deal your way. Practice this in low-stakes settings. In casual arguments, maintain poise, watch opponents unravel, and note how your calm shifts the dynamic. Journal these moments. How did your serenity influence others? What did their passions reveal? Over time, you become a puppeteer, pulling strings with a steady hand. Strategically, calmness amplifies your influence by exploiting emotional asymmetry. When others rage, they expose vulnerabilities, doubts, fears, desires. Your serenity draws these out, like a magnet pulling iron. In a team crisis, as colleagues panic over a missed deadline, your calm questions what resources remain. Who can we enlist? Redirect their energy, cementing your leadership. Darkly truthful, many profit from others' emotional chaos. Be that profiteer. In my time, I observed Florentine diplomats use calm assurances to extract concessions from frantic rivals. You will extract yours similarly. When a friend despairs over a loss, your steady counsel binds their loyalty. When a rival overreaches, your poise turns their mistake into your gain. This is power's arithmetic. Subtract their chaos, multiply your control. Philosophically, this lesson confronts the paradox of human connection. We are both manipulators and manipulated. Actors in a theater of motives. Your calmness positions you as the director, shaping the script while others play their parts. Contrast the fool, whose transparent emotions make them a pawn, with you, the serene strategist, who moves the pieces. In The Prince, I wrote that a ruler must be both lion and fox-bold, yet cunning. Calmness is the fox's guile, disarming others while advancing your cause. Hypothetical: a business partner threatens to walk away, their anger a ploy for leverage. The rash counter with ultimatums. You, calm, probe their needs, offer measured concessions, and secure their loyalty or their downfall. This is not cruelty, but necessity, turning others' passions into your stepping stones. Tactically, build this skill through exposure. Engage in emotional situations, a family argument, a workplace clash, and focus on maintaining serenity. Use a mental checklist. What emotions drive them? How can I redirect these? In a social media spat, when trolls bait you, respond with calm wit. Watch their fury implode. Journal the outcomes. How did your poise shift the power? Historical example: Talleyrand, Napoleon's diplomat, used serene negotiations to outwit Europe's monarchs, his calm extracting treaties from their agitation. You, facing your monarch's boss's rivals, will extract similar victories. Each day ask, how can I use calmness to steer others? When a colleague vents, listen quietly, then guide their energy to your ends. This builds a reflex of manipulation, subtle yet potent. The dark truth: power often lies in exploiting human frailty. Others' passions are your canvas, their chaos your paint. In History.com, manipulators Cleopatra, Disraeli shaped empires by bending hearts. You, in your arenas, will shape your destiny thus. Tomorrow, face an emotional storm, a friend's despair, a rival's reject. Wield your calm like a scepter. Watch as their passions bend to your will, their weaknesses your wealth. For in the art of manipulating others' emotions, you become not just a survivor but a sovereign, ruling the turbulent with a tranquil hand. Lesson 8. Endure adversity with stoic calm. For suffering is power's anvil. Adversity is the crucible where men are broken or forged, the relentless hammer that tests the metal of your soul. To wail against it is to invite defeat. To endure it with stoic calm is to emerge as iron, unbreakable and sovereign. This is the 8th lesson. Endure adversity with stoic calm, for suffering is power's anvil. In the face of loss, be it wealth, love, or honor, your serenity transforms pain into strength, turning the blows of fortune into the sparks of your ascent. Why curse the storm when you can harness its fury? Your calmness in suffering is not resignation but rebellion, a refusal to let the world dictate your fate. Through this discipline, you bend adversity to your will, crafting from its fires a legacy that endures. Picture yourself in a moment of ruin. A business collapses. Creditors circle like vultures, your name tarnished. The weak scream at fate, their despair a public spectacle that invites pity or scorn. You, however, stand silent, your face a mask of resolve. You retreat inward, asking what remains. What can I rebuild? This calm reflection turns loss into leverage, revealing paths unseen by the frantic. Historically, consider my own exile from Florence in 1513, accused of conspiracy, stripped of office, and banished to a rural hovel. Did I rage against the Medici? No. In the quiet of night, I channeled fury into quill, writing The Prince, a treatise that outlived my tormentors. My stoic calm transformed exile into immortality. You face your own exile's job losses, betrayals, illnesses. Will you break under their weight, or will you, like me, forge adversity into power? Rhetorically, I ask, how many men have crumbled under fortune's blows, only to be forgotten? Countless. You will not join them. Psychologically, adversity triggers the mind's primal urge to fight or flee, but both are traps. Rage blinds you to strategy. Despair paralyzes your will. Calmness, however, is the alchemist's fire, transmuting pain into purpose. In discourses on Livy, I praised Roman generals who faced defeat with serene resolve, rallying armies where panic would have routed them. You must emulate this. In a personal crisis, a divorce, a financial ruin, resist the urge to lament. List what you've lost, then list what remains: skills, allies, time. From this ledger, build a plan. Philosophical depth pierces here. Suffering is not punishment but a teacher, revealing your character's cracks and strengths. The calm man learns, adapts, conquers. Contrast the broken, who drown in sorrow, with the unbreakable, like Nelson Mandela, who endured 27 years in captivity with stoic dignity, emerging to reshape a nation. You, in your prisons of circumstance, will reshape your world thus. Strategically, stoic calm in adversity disarms your enemies and binds your allies. When fortune strikes, others watch, waiting for your collapse. Your serenity denies them that pleasure, sowing doubt in foes and loyalty in friends. Imagine a workplace setback. A project fails. Blame falls on you. The rash defend themselves with excuses, alienating colleagues. You, calm, acknowledge the loss, propose solutions, and emerge as the leader. Your poise becomes a beacon, drawing others to your cause. Historical echo. Marcus Aurelius, Roman emperor, faced plagues and invasions with stoic calm, his meditations written amid chaos, guiding an empire through turmoil. You face your plague's deadlines, rivalries, grief. Emulate his resolve. In crisis, journal your pain, not to wallow but to dissect. What lessons does this loss teach? How can I turn it to gain? This transforms wounds into weapons, adversity into advantage. The moral tension is stark. Is it cold to suppress grief, to strategize amid suffering? Perhaps, but survival demands it. In a world where fortune spares no one, to indulge in sorrow is to court ruin. Unapologetically, I declare, the calm man does not deny pain. He masters it. In my exile, I felt the sting of betrayal. Yet my stoic reflection birthed insights that echo centuries later. You, in your trials, will birth your own legacies. Practice this daily. When adversity strikes, a slight, a loss, breathe deeply. List 3 lessons it offers, and 3 actions to take. This builds a reflex of resilience, turning suffering into strategy. Tactically, train stoic calm through exposure to hardship. Start small. Endure a minor inconvenience, delayed flight, a rude remark with serene acceptance. Feel the irritation, then let it pass, focusing on what you control. Scale this to larger trials, a financial hit, a personal rejection. In each, ask, what can I influence? What must I accept? Journal these moments. How did your calm shift the outcome? Historical example, Cato the Younger, facing Caesar's rise in 49 BC, endured exile and defeat with stoic defiance, his calm resistance inspiring Rome's publicans. You, facing your Caesar's boss's rivals, fate will inspire similarly. In a family crisis, when others weep or rage, your steady hand guides, your calm voice commands. Over time, this builds a reputation. You are the rock, unshaken by storms. Psychologically, stoic calm rewires the mind to see adversity as opportunity. When loss strikes, the impulsive seek blame or escape. You, serene, seek leverage. In a career setback, while others panic, you calmly network, upskill or pivot, turning failure into a launchpad. Darkly truthful. Pain reveals character, and character shapes destiny. Many profit from others' collapse. Be the one who profits from your own endurance. In history, come survivors. Churchill in Britain's darkest hours. Lincoln, amid civil war, turned suffering into supremacy. You will turn yours into triumphs. Each night, reflect. What adversity did I face today? How did my calm transform it? This builds a mental forge, crafting resilience from ruin. Philosophically, adversity as power's anvil, hammering your raw potential into refined strength. The world tests you not to destroy but to temper. Embrace this, and you transcend mere survival, becoming a force. Contrast the broken, who curse their lot, with the forged, who wield pain as a tool. In a modern scenario, imagine a health crisis, the rash despair, alienating loved ones. You, calm, research treatments, rally support, and emerge stronger. This is not denial but dominion, turning suffering into sovereignty. Practice by visualizing worst-case scenarios: unemployment, betrayal, loss. Plan your calm response. What steps will you take? Who will you enlist? This preparation makes you unbreakable. In the end, to endure adversity with stoic calm is to forge power from pain. The world's blows are not your end but your beginning, each strike shaping you into a prince. Tomorrow, face a hardship small or grave. Stand firm. Ask, what can I learn? How can I grow? Let Marcus Aurelius guide you, his calm amidst empire's chaos, your model. For in the anvil of suffering, the calm man crafts not just survival but supremacy, turning fortune's hammer into the scepter of his eternal reign. Lesson 9. In leadership, calmness inspires both fear and love. In the arena of leadership, where men's souls are swayed or broken, your calmness is not mere poise but a sovereign force, binding followers with love and cowing rivals with fear. The leader who rages breeds contempt. The one who wields serenity commands, or his tranquil presence, a riddle that unnerves and enthralls. This is the 9th lesson. In leadership, calmness inspires both fear and love. You, the prince of your domain, be it a corporation, a family, or a fleeting alliance, must project a stillness that radiates power, turning chaos into loyalty and defiance into submission. Why shout when a steady gaze conquers? Your calm is a crown, worn to rule the hearts and minds of men, but picture yourself at the helm of a fractured team. Deadlines looming, tempers flaring, voices rise, accusations fly, and panic threatens to unravel your enterprise. The weak leader joins the fray, shouting orders or pleading for unity, only to be ignored or despised. You, however, stand apart. Your voice is low, your words measured, your eyes unyielding. You assign tasks with serene precision, correct errors without fury, and outline a path through the storm. Your team, expecting chaos, finds instead a beacon of calm, their fears quelled, their loyalty cemented. Your rivals, anticipating weakness, see only an enigma, their schemes faltering against your unshakable poise. This is not passivity but power, a leadership that binds men to you as iron to a magnet. Historically, Cesare Borgia, my model in The Prince, wielded this art. In 1502, facing rebellious captains in the room, he met their defiance with serene negotiation, his calm masking ruthless intent. Some were won by his poise, others cowed by its implied threat. You, in your modern Romanias, must do likewise. Psychologically, calmness in leadership exploits the human hunger for stability. In crisis, men flock to the unflappable, mistaking serenity for omniscience. Your steady presence becomes a mirror, reflecting their hopes and fears while concealing your own. In a family dispute, as kin quarrel over legacy or loyalty, your tranquil mediation positions you as the anchor, the one whose judgment prevails. In a boardroom, as competitors vie for dominance, your calm proposals command attention, your silence, more potent than others' shouts. Rhetorically, I ask, who follows the screamer, whose rage betrays desperation? None loyally. The calm leader, by contrast, is a fortress, his serenity, a promise of victory. Historical echo, Queen Elizabeth I, facing England's 1588 Armada crisis, rallied her troops with serene resolve, her calm speeches inspiring love in soldiers and fear in Spain. You, facing your Armada's deadlines, rivalries, betrayals, will rally your forces thus. The moral tension is stark. Is it manipulative to wield calmness as a tool of control? Yes, but leadership demands it. In a world where men's passions fuel division, Your serenity is a necessary deception, binding the weak and subduing the strong. Unapologetically, I declare, the prince does not create men's frailties, he governs them. In my Florence, I saw Medici patriarchs quell uprisings with calm assurances, their poise turning rebels into vassals. You will turn your rebels dissenting colleagues, feuding kin into allies similarly. Consider a modern scenario. A project falters, your team blames each other, the rash leader scolds, alienating all. You, calm, acknowledge their concerns, redirect their energy, and emerge as the indispensable guide. Your serenity binds their love, your implied strength their fear. To master this, practice calmness as a performance of power. In tense moments, a heated meeting, a family crisis, lower your breath, steady your voice, let your posture exude ease. Internally, you may wrestle with doubt or anger, but externally, you are stone, your tranquility a signal of control. Start with small leadership roles, chair a discussion, mediate a dispute, maintain poise as others unravel, noting how your calm shifts the dynamic. Journal these moments. How did your serenity influence others? Did it inspire loyalty or unease? Historical example. Abraham Lincoln, amidst Civil War's chaos, led with serene dignity. His calm letters and speeches uniting a fractured nation while unnerving Confederate foes. You, in your smaller wars, will unite and unnerve similarly. In a workplace clash, when colleagues vie for credit, your steady delegation and quiet corrections position you as the leader, feared for your control, loved for your clarity. Strategically, calmness in leadership exploits emotional asymmetry. When others rage or panic, their weaknesses surface: greed, fear, ambition. Your serenity draws these out, allowing you to steer their actions. In a negotiation, let counterparts shout. Your calm prompts rash concessions, tilting the deal. In a family, when emotions flare over decisions, your tranquil guidance sways opinions, cementing your authority. Darkly truthful. Leadership is manipulation cloaked in virtue. Many profit from others' chaos. Be the one who profits from your calm. In history, calm leaders Bismarck, Disraeli shaped empires by binding men with love and subduing them with fear. You will shape your empire personal thus. Practice in daily interactions. When a colleague vents, listen calmly, then guide their passion to your ends. When a rival provokes, respond with serene wit. Watch their frustration grow. Philosophically, leadership is the art of balancing opposites, love and fear, action and restraint. Calmness is the fulcrum, allowing you to wield both without losing balance. Contrast the tyrant, whose rage breeds rebellion, with the prince, whose serenity commands devotion. In The Prince, I wrote that a ruler must be both lion and fox-bold, yet cunning. Calmness is the fox's guile, masking the lion's strength until the moment is ripe. Hypothetical. A team faces a crisis, morale crumbling. The rash leader threatens or pleads. You, calm, outline a vision, assign roles with quiet confidence, and watch loyalty bloom and dissent wither. This is not deceit but dominion, turning human nature into your tool. Tactically, build this skill through exposure. Lead in small stakes, a group project, a family decision, and focus on maintaining serenity. Use a mental checklist. What emotions drive my followers? How can my calm redirect them? In a heated debate, when others shout, your steady questions shift the focus, your poise the anchor. Journal the outcomes. How did your calm inspire or intimidate? Over time, this builds a reflex of leadership, your tranquility a scepter. Historical example. Churchill, in 1940, faced Britain's darkest hour with serene defiance, his calm broadcasts inspiring love in citizens, fear in Hitler. You, facing your dark hours, will inspire similarly. The dark truth. Leadership thrives on perception, and perception bows to calm. Men follow the serene, fearing their strength, loving their stability. Tomorrow, lead a moment, a meeting, a conversation with tranquil authority. Ask, how can my calm bind them? Watch as love and fear entwine. Your serenity there, sovereign. For in leadership, the calm man rules not just men but their souls, forging an empire from the quiet power of his unshakable will. Lesson 10. Master the illusion of calm when turmoil rages within. In the theater of power, where men judge by what they see, not what is, your outward calm is a mask, concealing the storm of ambition, fear, or rage within. To master this illusion is to wield deception as a weapon. disarming foes and binding allies while your true intentions remain shrouded. This is the 10th lesson. Master the illusion of calm when turmoil rages within. You must project serenity as a prince projects strength, even as your heart wrestles with chaos. Why reveal your doubts when a tranquil facade can turn the tide? Your feigned calm is not weakness but a stratagem, a veil that cloaks your schemes until the moment to strike. In this, you become a chameleon. Your serenity a riddle that reshapes the battlefield of human affairs. Imagine yourself in a crisis. A rival publicly challenges your authority. Their words a calculated strike at your reputation. Inside, anger surges, doubt gnaws, fear whispers of failure. The impulsive lash out, exposing their turmoil. The weak cower, betraying their fragility. You, however, stand serene. Your voice is steady, your gaze unflinching, your smile a quiet defiance. To the world, you are unshaken, a pillar of control. Within, you plot, calculate, and prepare. This illusion unnerves your rival, their confidence faltering as they misread your calm for invincibility. Your team, seeing your poise, rallies to your side, mistaking your mask for mastery. Historically, Napoleon Bonaparte wielded this art. In 1805, facing Austria's armies at Austerlitz, his calm demeanor masked sleepless nights of doubt, lulling enemies into overconfidence while he planned their ruin. You, in your modern Austerlitz's workplace rivalries, personal betrayals must do likewise. Why bare your soul when a serene facade wins the war? Psychologically, the illusion of calm exploits the human tendency to judge by appearances. Men crave certainty, projecting strength onto the serene, weakness onto the agitated. Your tranquil exterior becomes a mirror, reflecting their assumptions while hiding your truth. In a heated negotiation, as counterparts shout, your steady tone suggests a stronger hand, prompting concessions. In a family crisis, when emotions flare, your calm presence reassures, positioning you as the arbiter. Rhetorically, I ask, why fight openly when a serene glance disarms? This is power's sleight of hand, turning perception into dominance. Historical echo, Cleopatra, facing Rome's might, used serene charm to mask her desperate gambits, bending Antony and Caesar to her will. You, facing your Rome's boss's rivals, fate will bend them similarly. Your calm a spell that reshapes their actions. The moral tension is stark. Is it dishonest to feign calm while turmoil rages? Yes, but power demands it. In a world where transparency invites attack, your serene mask is a shield, a sword, a necessity. Unapologetically, I declare, the prince does not create men's blindness. He exploits it. In my Florence, I saw Medici agents smile serenely at banquets, masking plots that toppled foes. You will topple yours thus. Consider a modern scenario. A project fails. Blame falls on you. Inside, panicked grips. Outwardly, you nod, propose solutions, and exude calm. Colleagues, expecting collapse, see strength. Rivals, anticipating weakness, falter. Your illusion turns crisis into opportunity. Your mask a crown dot. To master this, practice calmness as a performance. Stand before a mirror, rehearse serenity amid inner turmoil, anger at a slight fear of failure. Let your face remain still, your eyes steady, your voice soft. This is not suppression but deception, a mask forged for survival. Start with small moments, a tense conversation, a minor setback. Feel the storm within, then project calm. Slow your breath, relax your shoulders, speak deliberately. Journal these moments. How did your facade shift the dynamic? Did others yield or confide? Historical example, Cardinal Richelieu, in 17th century France, faced plots with a serene demeanor, masking ruthless calculations that preserved his power. You, in your plot's workplace intrigues, personal feuds will preserve yours similarly. In a team meeting, when criticism stings, respond with tranquil confidence. Watch allies rally, and foes hesitate. Strategically, feigned calm exploits emotional asymmetry. When others sense turmoil, they pounce. Your serenity denies them that signal, sowing doubt. In a negotiation, let counterparts rage. Your calm suggests hidden leverage, prompting them to overreach. In a personal slight, when a friend betrays, your tranquil response, perhaps a measured question, settles them. Drawing confessions, darkly truthful. Many profit from others' transparency. Be the one who profits from their blindness. In history, Calm deceivers Talleyrand, Elizabeth I shaped nations by masking their fears. You will shape your world thus. Practice in daily interactions. When a colleague provokes, respond with serene wit. Note how their aggression falters. When a crisis looms, project.com. Watch others defer to your apparent strength. Philosophically, this lesson confronts the duality of existence. We are both actor and audience. Our inner chaos hidden behind the roles we play. Your serene facade is a performance, shaping the script of others' actions. Contrast the fool, whose turmoil makes them predictable, with the prince, whose calm makes them a mystery. In The Prince, I wrote that a ruler must be lion and fox-bold, yet cunning. Feigned calm is the fox's guile, hiding the lion's roar. Hypothetical, a rival undermines your promotion, their taunts public. Inside, fury burns. Outwardly, you smile, deflect, and plan their downfall. This is not cowardice but cunning, turning perception into power. Practice by visualizing provocations. A public insult, a professional slight. Plan your serene response. What words will disarm? What silence will intimidate? Tactically, build this skill through exposure. Engage in tense situations, heated debate, a high-stakes meeting and focus on your outward calm. Use a mental checklist. What turmoil do I feel? How can I mask it? In a social media clash, when trolls bait, respond with serene wit. Watch their fury implode. Journal the outcomes. How did your calm shift power? Historical example, Franklin Roosevelt, facing the Great Depression, masked his physical and political struggles with serene fireside chats, inspiring a nation while unnerving foes. You, facing your depression's financial personal will, inspire similarly. Each day, ask, how can I feign calm to gain advantage? When a colleague doubts, offer tranquil reassurance. When a rival attacks, deflect with serene ambiguity. The dark truth, power thrives on illusion, and calm is its subtlest form. Men bow to the serene, fearing their strength, trusting their stability. Tomorrow, face a moment of turmoil, a slight, a crisis, and don your mask of calm. Ask, how can this facade serve me? Watch as others bend, their passions your pawns, for in mastering the illusion of calm, you become not just a survivor but a sovereign, ruling the chaos with a tranquil hand that conceals a heart of fire. Lesson 11. Break calm only when it serves your end. Strategic eruption. Calmness is your fortress, but even fortresses have gates that open for assault. To wield serenity without interruption is to risk becoming predictable, a statue admired but ignored. This is the 11th lesson. Break calm only when it serves your end. Strategic eruption. You must unleash your passion with surgical precision, a calculated tempest that shocks allies and foes alike, amplifying your power through contrast. Why remain a placid lake when a sudden storm can reshape the battlefield? Your strategic eruption is not a loss of control but a masterstroke, a thunderclap that reverberates in the minds of men. In this, you become not just a prince but a force. Your calm the prelude to a devastating crescendo. Picture yourself in a high-stakes negotiation, your serene demeanor lulling counterparts into complacency. They underestimate you, their offers bold, their tone dismissive. For days, you've maintained calm, nodding, probing, disarming. Then, at the critical moment when they overreach, assuming your tranquility signals weakness, you erupt. Your voice sharpens, not to a scream but to a piercing clarity. Your words cutting like a blade. You mistake my patience for surrender. Reconsider, or lose all. The room stills, their confidence crumbles, and your sudden intensity shifts the balance. This is not rage but strategy, a calculated break in your calm that redefines the game. Historically, Julius Caesar mastered this art. In 48 BC, facing mutinous troops at Pharsalus, he maintained serene command until their defiance peaked. Then, with a single thunderous speech, he shamed them into loyalty. His eruption, a calculated shock that turned rebellion into devotion. You, in your modern Pharsalus workplace rivalries, family disputes must do likewise. Why let calm lull when a strategic outburst can conquer? Psychologically, humans are jarred by contrast. Constant calm, while powerful, risks fading into the background. A sudden eruption electrifies, imprinting your will on others' minds. In a team crisis, when colleagues bicker over a failed project, your steady leadership holds them until the moment demands more. A sharp rebuke, delivered with controlled intensity, silences dissent, refocusing the group. Your eruption, timed perfectly, amplifies your authority. Rhetorically, I ask, why bore with monotony when a calculated storm captivates? Historical echo, Cleopatra, in her dealings with Rome, wielded serene charm until strategic moments. Her dramatic plea to Antony, at Actium, for instance, shifted alliances with emotional force. You, facing your Antony's partner's rivals, will shift them similarly. Your eruption, a lever that moves their hearts. The moral tension is stark. Is it manipulative to orchestrate such displays? Yes, but power demands it. In a world where men's passions sway their choices, your strategic eruption is a necessary deception, a tool to bend their will. Unapologetically I declare, the prince does not create men's volatility, he exploits it. In my Florence, I saw Medici leaders maintain calm to disarm foes, only to erupt strategically, their sudden wrath cowing conspirators. You will cow yours thus. Consider a modern scenario. A colleague undermines your leadership, their subtle jabs testing your authority. You've smiled, deflected, maintained poise. Then, in a public meeting, you unleash a controlled rebuke, not a tirade, but a pointed critique that exposes their folly. The team, expecting your calm, is stunned. Your rival retreats, their influence diminished. Your eruption, brief and deliberate, reasserts your dominance. To master this, practice strategic eruption as a disciplined art. Begin with small moments, a minor disagreement, a slight provocation. Maintain calm, then choose a moment to raise your voice slightly, sharpen your tone, or deliver a piercing truth. Ensure it serves a purpose, to redirect, intimidate, or inspire. Journal these moments. What triggered your eruption? How did others react? Historical example, Winston Churchill, in 1940, used serene speeches to steady Britain, but his occasional fiery outbursts calling for defiance against Hitler galvanized a nation. You, in your crisis professional setbacks, personal slights will galvanize similarly. In a family dispute, when tempers flare, your calm mediation holds until a strategic outburst, perhaps a sharp call for unitarial lines priorities, cementing your role as arbiter. Strategically, breaking calm exploits the power of surprise. Men grow accustomed to your serenity, lowering their guard. Your sudden intensity disrupts their assumptions, creating openings for your will. In a negotiation, when counterparts grow complacent, a controlled eruption, perhaps a firm rejection of their terms, resets the dynamic, forcing concessions. In a personal rivalry, when a foe taunts, your serene deflection lulls them, until a pointed retort, delivered with sudden force, silences their arrogance. Darkly truthful, power thrives on disruption, and a well-timed eruption is disruption's sharpest form. In History.com, leaders like Bismarck used rare outbursts to shock allies into action, their contrast amplifying their authority. You will amplify yours thus. Practice in daily interactions. When a colleague maintain calm, then deliver a calculated rebuke, noting how it shifts power. Philosophically, this lesson confronts the duality of control and chaos. You are both serene prince and tempest. Your eruptions are a reminder of your humanity and your power. Contrast the fool, whose constant rage dilutes their impact, with the prince, whose rare outbursts electrify. In The Prince, I wrote that a ruler must be lion and foxbold, yet cunning. Strategic eruption is the lion's roar, timed to maximize the fox's guile. Hypothetical, a business partner threatens to abandon a deal, assuming your calm signals weakness. You maintain poise, then erupt with a firm ultimatum, your intensity forcing their retreat. This is not loss of control, but its pinnacle, turning contrast into conquest. Tactically, build this skill through deliberate practice. Engage in tense situations, a debate, a conflict hand, maintain calm, noting the moment when an eruption could shift the dynamic. Use a mental checklist. What is my goal? How will intensity serve it? In a workplace clash, when a rival provokes, let your calm dominate, then deliver a sharp, controlled retort. Watch their confidence waver. Journal the outcomes. How did your eruption reshape the situation? Historical example, Theodore Roosevelt, known for his calm diplomacy, used rare outbursts like his 1903 Panama Canal threats to force concessions. You, facing your Panama's deals, disputes will force concessions similarly. Each day ask, when can a break in calm serve me? Test it in small stakes, a sharp word to redirect a conversation. a sudden intensity to refocus a team. The dark truth: power thrives on contrast, and a strategic eruption is contrast's sharpest edge. Men bow to the calm, but they tremble at its breaking. Tomorrow, face a moment of tension, a slight, a challenge, and hold your calm until the perfect instant. Then, unleash your storm, brief and deliberate. Ask, how did this shock serve me? Watch as allies rally, foes retreat, your eruption a thunderclap in their minds. For in breaking calm strategically, you become not just a ruler, but a force. Your serenity, the prelude to a power that shakes the world. Lesson 12. Achieve ultimate power through inner tranquility amidst outer turmoil. The world is a maelstrom of ambition, betrayal, and chaos, yet within you lies a sanctuary of stillness, a citadel where no storm can breach. This is the 12th lesson. Achieve ultimate power through inner tranquility amidst outer turmoil. True dominion is not won by conquering men alone, but by mastering the chaos of your own soul, harmonizing it with the world's discord. Your inner tranquility is not mere peace, it is a throne, from which you rule fortune, men, and fate itself. Why wrestle with the world's frenzy when you can command it from a place of serene supremacy? In this, you transcend human frailty, becoming not just a prince but a force, equal to the universe's caprice. Picture yourself amidst a storm. A career crumbles under market crashes. A loved one's betrayal cuts deep, or a rival's schemes threaten your legacy. The world screams for reaction, rage, despair, retaliation. Men around you succumb, their souls torn by the tempest. You, however, retreat to an inner fortress. Your breath slows, your mind clears, and from this tranquil core, you see the chaos for what it is, a dance of predictable human flaws, greed, fear, ambition. With serene clarity, you act not out of passion, but with the precision of a god sculpting worlds. You pivot your career, mend or sever ties, outmaneuver your rival, all from a place of unshakable calm. Historically, Marcus Aurelius, Roman emperor from 161 to 180 AD, embodied this. Amid plagues, wars, and betrayals, he penned Meditations, his stoic reflections a beacon of tranquility that steadied an empire. You, in your modern empire's professional, personal must do likewise. Why let turmoil rule you when inner calm crowns you sovereign? Philosophically, this lesson pierces the heart of existence. True power is not external conquest, but internal harmony. The world's chaos is eternal, markets rise and fall, alliances shift, men betray. The tranquil soul, however, is a constant, a still point in the turning world. This is not escapism but mastery, a state where you dictate terms to chaos rather than kneel to it. In The Prince, I wrote that a ruler must adapt to fortune's whims, but here, you transcend adaptation, you become fortune's equal. Contrast the frantic, who chase external victories only to lose their souls, with the serene, who conquer within and thus command without. Rhetorically I ask, what is a kingdom won if your mind is a battlefield? Nothing. Your tranquility is the ultimate empire, unassailable by time or tide. Psychologically, inner tranquility rewires the mind to see chaos as opportunity. When others panic, their vision narrows. Your calm expands it, revealing patterns and possibilities. In a financial crisis, while others sell in fear, your serene mind analyzes trends, buys low, and profits. In a personal betrayal, while others rage, your tranquility dissects motives, choosing forgiveness or vengeance with surgical precision. Historical echo: Gandhi, facing colonial oppression, wielded serene defiance, his inner calm mobilizing millions while unnerving the British Empire. You, facing your oppression's deadlines, slights, losses will mobilize your resources thus. Practice this daily. Meditate for 10 minutes, focusing on your breath, detaching from ego's clamor. Visualize chaos, a failing project, a fractured bond. See yourself acting from a core of calm. Journal these moments. How did tranquility shape your response? Over time, this builds a reflex of serenity, your mind a fortress unshaken by storms. Strategically, inner tranquility positions you as a force above the fray. Men, drawn to stability, flock to the tranquil leader. Rivals, baffled by your calm, falter in their schemes. In a workplace crisis, when colleagues panic, your serene directives clear, unhurried bind their loyalty, cementing your authority. In a rivalry, your tranquil demeanor masks your plans, leaving foes guessing until your strike lands. darkly truthful. Power thrives on others' chaos, and your calm exploits it. In history, serene rulers Confucius, Elizabeth I shaped eras by anchoring their will in inner peace. You will shape your era thus. In a family dispute, when emotions flare, your tranquil mediation sways hearts, your calm the final word. Practice in daily interactions. When a colleague vents, respond from a place of inner stillness. Watch their passion bend to your will. Tactically, build this skill through disciplined practice. Begin with mindfulness. Each morning, sit in silence. Observe your thoughts without judgment. When chaos strikes a deadline, a betrayal, return to this practice, anchoring yourself in breath before acting. Use a mental checklist. What turmoil surrounds me? How can my calm reshape it? In a professional setback, when others scramble, your serene analysis, perhaps citing data or precedents, sets you apart as the leader. Journal the outcomes. How did your tranquility shift power? Historical example: Nelson Mandela, in apartheid's crucible, maintained inner calm. His serene resolve dismantling a regime while inspiring a nation. You, in your crucible's career slumps, personal losses will dismantle obstacles similarly. Each day ask, how can my inner peace serve my ends? Test it in small stakes, a tense conversation, a minor crisis, acting from a core of calm. The moral tension is stark. Is it selfish to seek tranquility while the world burns? Know your calm is a gift, a beacon that steadies others while advancing your cause. Unapologetically, I declare, the prince's serenity is not isolation but dominion, a force that shapes chaos into order. In my exile, I found tranquility in study, my calm writings outliving Florence's storms. You, in your exile's failures, heartbreaks, will find yours, outliving your foes. Contrast the chaotic, whose inner turmoil mirrors the world's, with you, whose tranquility defies it. In a modern scenario, imagine a market crash. Others panic, sell low. You, serene, study trends, invest wisely, and rise. This is not detachment but power. You're calm the helm of your empire. Philosophically, inner tranquility aligns you with the universe's rhythm. Chaos is not your enemy but your canvas. Your serenity, the brush that paints victory. In discourses on Livy, I praised Rome's leaders who harmonized their will with fate's cycles. You must harmonize yours. Your calm the key to eternity. Hypothetical. A rival undermines your legacy. Their schemes public. The frantic retaliate. You, tranquil, plan in silence, striking when their guard falls. This is not passivity but supremacy. Your inner peace, the source of outer conquest. In the end, inner tranquility is the ultimate power, a throne above the world's turmoil. Men chase fleeting crowns. You, serene, were one eternal. Tomorrow, face chaos a slight, a crisis and retreat to your inner citadel. Ask, how can my calm rule this storm? Watch as men bend, fortune yields, and your tranquility becomes a legend. For in achieving inner peace amidst outer chaos, you become not just a ruler but a god. Your calm the scepter of an empire that defies time itself. Conclusion: calmness is power disguised. You stand at the precipice of dominion, gazing upon a world where men's passions are their chains, their frenzied desires, the nooses that strangle their dreams. Yet you, armed with the 12 lessons of calmness, are no longer their kin. You are the architect of your fate, the puppeteer of their chaos, the prince whose serene gaze commands the universe's caprice. Let others rage, weep, or flee. You wield the iron stillness that turns their madness into your empire. This is the final truth. Calmness is not the absence of storm but its mastery, a veil of tranquility that cloaks the ruthless will to power. In this, you transcend the mortal fray, becoming not just a ruler but a force, as eternal as the stars, as unyielding as time. Why do men fail? Because they are slaves to their hearts, their minds clouded by the fog of passion. They see enemies where allies stand, opportunities where traps lurk, and in their haste, they build their own pyres. You, however, have learned the art of serene supremacy. When the world howls, markets crashing, alliances fracturing, betrayals cutting deep, you do not flinch. You retreat to the citadel of your mind, where calmness reigns, and from that throne you dissect the chaos with a surgeon's precision. You see the greed driving your rival's taunts, the fear fueling your colleague's panic, the ambition blinding your friend's loyalty, and in that clarity, you act not with the frantic desperation of the masses but with the calculated grace of a god. Rhetorically, I ask, What is power if not the ability to shape chaos while others drown in it? You are that power. Your calm, the scepter that rules the tempest. Consider the arena of your life, a boardroom where egos clash, a family where resentments simmer, a digital battlefield where reputations are forged or shattered. The uninitiated scream, accuse, or despair, their emotions a public ledger of their weaknesses. You, however, wear calmness as a crown. When a rival slanders, you smile, your serene deflection sowing doubt in their allies. When a crisis looms, you speak with measured authority, binding men to your vision while your foes falter, baffled by your poise. This is not weakness, but strategy, a performance of power that turns the world's stage into your dominion. Historical echoes resound. Lorenzo de' Medici, in Florence's treacherous courts, quelled conspiracies with a tranquil nod, his calm masking daggers that struck unseen. You, in your courts, wield the same arduous serenity, a labyrinth where others lose themselves. Your silence a blade that cuts deeper than words. Philosophically, this truth pierces the veil of human existence. Power is not won by force alone, but by the mastery of perception. Men judge by what they see, and your calmness projects invincibility, a riddle they cannot solve. In The Prince, I taught that a ruler must be lion and fox-bold, yet cunning. Your calm is the fox's guile, hiding the lion's roar until the moment demands it. When you erupt, it is not passion's lapse, but strategy's crescendo, a thunderclap that shocks allies into loyalty and foes into submission. Contrast the fool, whose constant rage dilutes their might, with you, whose rare intensity in a modern crucible, say, a corporate takeover bidura, serene negotiations lull competitors, only for your sudden, calculated demand to seize the prize. This is power disguised, your calm the cloak that conceals a heart of fire. Strategically, your tranquility exploits the chaos of others. Men's passions are your canvas, their greed, fear, and pride, the paints you wield. In a negotiation, let counterparts rage. Your calm prompts rash concessions, their agitation, your leverage. In a personal feud, when kin or friends betray, your serene questions draw confessions, their guilt your currency. Darkly truthful, the world rewards those who master its madness. In history, serene titans Augustus, Elizabeth I, Mandela's shaped eras by bending chaos to their will. You will shape yours thus. When a colleague's outburst disrupts, your tranquil redirection binds their loyalty. When a rival's schemes threaten, your calm outmaneuvers, turning their ambition into your triumph. Practice this daily. Face a provocation, a slight, a crisis, and act from a core of stillness. Journal the outcome. How did your calm reshape the game? Over time, you become a force, your serenity a tide that sweeps all before it. The moral tension is stark. Is it deceitful to wield calm as a weapon? Yes, but necessity scorns morality. In a world where men's passions breed betrayal, your tranquility is a shield, a sword, a throne. Unapologetically, I confess. In exile, I learned this bitterly, my calm writings outwitting Florence's storms. You, in your exile's failures, losses, betrayals, will outwit yours. Your serenity a legacy that endures. Contrast the chaotic, whose lives mirror the world's turmoil, with you, whose inner peace defies it. In a modern scenario, imagine a market crash, others panic, sell low. You, serene, buy wisely, your calm the seed of wealth. This is not detachment but dominion, your tranquility the helm of your empire. Tactically, forge this power through relentless discipline. Each morning, meditate, anchoring your soul in stillness. Visualize chaos, a rival's taunt, a project's collapse, and see yourself acting with serene precision. In a workplace clash, when voices rise, your calm questions shift the dynamic, your poise the anchor. In a personal slight, your tranquil response unnerves, turning foes into pawns. Historical echo, Marcus Aurelius, amidst Rome's plagues and wars, ruled from a core of stoic calm, his meditations a testament to inner peace as power. You, amidst your plague's deadlines, betrayals will rule similarly. Journal daily. What chaos did I face? How did my calm prevail? This builds a reflex of sovereignty, your tranquility, ASCEPTER. In the end, calmness is not peace but power disguised, a force that bends the universe's chaos to your will. Men chase crowns of gold. You wear one of serenity, eternal and unassailable. Tomorrow, face the world's tempest a slight, a loss, a war, and rule it from your tranquil throne. Ask, how can my calm conquer? Watch as men bow, fortune yields, and your serenity becomes a legend. For in the mastery of calmness, you are no longer man but myth, your tranquil will the axis of an empire that defies the ages. Rise, prince, and reign.